Namo Namaha. My name is Dr. Seema Sontakke. I am a visiting faculty in the Department of Sanskrit, Mumbai University. At the outset, I would like to thank the department for giving me this opportunity to contribute a little in the journey of 60 years. In this lecture series of Indian knowledge systems, I would like to talk on Bharatiya Darshan Shastra. As per our great tradition, human life is meant to achieve for four goals. Those are dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. As many of us are interested in gaining artha and kama, and for that we are familiar with many shastras or disciplines which guide us, help us to gain artha and kama. And therefore we all are happy. We have Artha Shastra, Rasayan Shastra, Vastu Shastra, Yoga Shastra, Ayurveda, which guide us to live healthy and prosperous life. We have Kama Shastra, Kavya Shastra, Natya Shastra, Sangeeta Shastra, by study of which we can make our life more beautiful and enjoy it. To fulfill the thirst of intellect, we have many other shastras like Vyakaran Shastra, Nirukta Shastra, Chanda Shastra, and so on. Even if very less people are eager to know about Dharma Shastra, today the interest is growing to know about the true meaning of Dharma. As all these other goals are depending upon the Dharma Shastra. But the number of people who are really interested in moksha is very less. Darshan Shastra is that which helps us to reach up to this ultimate goal, moksha. This Shastra is for those people who have keen interest in liberation. Now, let me first of all give you a definition of term Shastra. Shasanat, Shausanat Shastram, Shastram iti abhidhiyate. In Sanskrit language, this word Shastra can be derived from two roots. One is Shasa, which means to teach or to instruct, and another one is Shausa, means to show or to manifest or to indicate. Suffix tra is used as an instrument or tool. For example, in the words like patra, which means instrument for drinking, stotra, which means instrument to praise, etc. In the above mentioned shastras, which are related to dharma, artha, and kama, we can say that this shastra term can be derived from the root shasa, to teach. But if we think about the darshan shastra, here the another root shamsa is expected, as this darshan shastra it directly shows or manifests the ultimate reality in front of us. Darshana has also the similar meaning. Thus, this darshan shastra, which is also known as moksha shastra, is a systematic way to reach up to the liberation. Now, let us understand what exactly is the concept of liberation and why one should turn towards this Darshana Shastra. The common understanding of the term moksha is coming out of the cycle of birth and death. A question can be raised here, as if there is availability of so many shastras which help us to live healthy, wealthy, prosperous worldly life, then why is it necessary to understand this moksha shastra? Yes, everybody wants to live happy life, but it is our common experience that happiness we experience is not at all permanent in this physical world. In fact, we have to face many sorrows and pains than the pleasures in life. Therefore, everyone wants to end the experiences of sorrows and wants to gain the permanent happiness. This is nothing but the moksha or release. But nobody wants to die actually for achieving something like moksha, which is, we can say, an abstract concept. Nobody is interested in avoiding punarjanma because everybody loves janma. But at the same time, nobody wishes punarmrityu. All of us are afraid of, you can say, pains, sorrows, old age, okay, jara, vardhakya, and mrityu. And that is why the Upanishads, like Kathopanishad, they use the term punarmrityu instead of punarjanma. In the story of Yama Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad, this Nachiketa asks the questions to Yama and he wants the remedy to get rid of punarmrityu. Now, let us look at the different darshan shastras and their systematic way to reach up to moksha. Here I have selected only 6 darshanas, which are famous as orthodox Indian philosophical systems or orthodox schools. Here, orthodox means those who believe in the Vedas. So let us understand in short what is moksha as per each of these shastras and what kind of path is explained which leads the person towards ultimate goal. So these are Nyaya Vaisheshika, Sankhya Yoga, and Mimamsa Vedanta. Let us look at first of all Nyaya and Vaisheshika Darshanas. Now these are said to be parallel darshanas as their thoughts related to mokshas are similar. The approach of these two darshanas towards the external world is said to be realistic. Means they all believe that this external world is real. These darshanas have divided the whole universe into different categories known as padarthas. According to Nyaya and Vaisheshika darshanas, once a person understands a true meaning of each and every padartha, that will lead him to liberation. Dravya, guna, karma, samanya, vishesha, samavayanam, padarthanam, sadharmya, vaidharmyabhyam, tattvajnanat, nishreyasam. So, nishreyasa means liberation. Especially having a clear knowledge of similarities and differences among the objects becomes very, very important. They have used the term apavarga. They say dukkha, janma, pravrutti, dosha, mithya jnananam, uttarottara apaye, tadanantara bhavat, apavargaha. Apavarga, which means permanent release from pains and sorrows, according to Nyaya Vaisheshika Darshana, which happens once the wrong notions, or you can say mithya jnana, about the objects like body, senses, soul, mind disappears. That means mithya dhyana once is disappeared, some kind of doshas or faults, they also disappear. So it is like the series of faults like raga, dvesha, moha, which leads a person to behave wrongly, into the wrong activities, in the pravrutti. So that pravrutti is automatically stopped. And then once the pravrutti is stopped, there is no janma because the birth is the result of karma. And once there is no janma, there won't be any kind of dukkha. And that is how the soul is liberated. So, this Nyaya and Vaisheshika darshanas, they begin with the investigation of this material world like the science of physics. And they go beyond it. They investigate mind, sense, soul in very logical way, and then they reach up to the final goal, that is moksha. Now let us look at this Sankhya and Yoga darshanas. According to Sankhya darshana, human being experiences three kinds of sorrows or pains, you can say. Those are categorized like Adhi Bhautika, Adhi Daivika, and Adhyatmika pains. Now, Adhi Bhautika means the sufferings rising from the other bhutas or other living beings. Adhi Daivika means the troubles which we have to face by fate, like the natural calamities, flood, etc. And Adhyatmika are the inner pains because of the dvesha, moha, etc. Now, because of these dukkhas, it is said that dukkhatrayabhighatat jidnyasa tad abhighatake hetav. So, we have a desire to become free from pains which appears in our mind by these sorrows. And then what is liberation? How to get liberated? Liberation as per Sankhya Darshan is nothing but being free from all kinds of pains and even the pleasures. Liberation as per this darshana means to be in a state of just being. The term kaivalya is used in darshana. And what is the remedy? What is the way to obtain the state of kaivalya? They say that Shreyan Vyakta Vyakta Jna Vijnana. So this state of liberation, or you can say kaivalya, can be achieved by the knowledge of three things. One is Vyakta, that is this manifested universe. Another one is Avyakta, the unmanifested form of the universe. That is Mula Prakriti. And the third thing is the observer. So, after understanding the whole cosmic evolution of the universe, okay, so they have explained nicely how this Mula Prakriti gets evolved in various elements various principles, up to the Mahabhutas and up to the, you can say, Indriyas and Manas, etc. So after understanding this whole cosmic universe, evolution of this universe, and once a person knows the true essence of Prakriti, okay, so when Tattva Jnana happens, then only what happens? Purusha stops getting involved in this Prakriti, knowing her true nature. And then it remains just like a spectator who merely watches the play, being calm and quiet. Prakrutim pashyati Purushaha prekshavat avasthitaha swastaha. And still, till there is body, uh, he has to face the remaining, he has to finish the remaining part of his life. But after that he can definitely achieve the state of Kaivalya or liberation. So this is the theory of Sankhya Darshana. Now Yoga Darshana, which accepts the theoretical doctrine of Sankhya, gives us a practical way of conquering the mind and body through the eightfold path. Since everybody is very much familiar with this yoga doctrine, I won't speak much upon the path of Yoga Darshana. But Kaivalya, according to them too, is nothing but to be in the own state of self. And Yoga Darshana shows the path of dissolving all the external activities and qualities. Thus, Sankhya and Yoga Darshanas are closely associated with cosmology as well as the psychology, and through which we can achieve the liberation. Now let us come to next two orthodox darshanas. Those are Mimamsa and Vedanta, which are also known as Purva Mimamsa and Uttar Mimamsa darshanas. Now let us think about Purva Mimamsa darshana. Actually, the main purpose of Purva Mimamsa darshana is to know about dharma, which according to them is declared in the Vedic text. Therefore, because it begins with the statement Athato Dharma Jidnyasa. So therefore, this darshana deals more with the Vedic text. Mimamsakas are the strong believers of Vedas. As per this system, Vedic words are the most authentic source of dharma. And after investigation of Vedic text and Vedic words, we can understand that dharma is nothing but the performance of rituals which are prescribed in the Vedas. Yagadireva dharma. Thus, this darshana speaks more about karma and its consequences. Karma, as per Mimamsakas, is classified into different categories. Those are Nitya karmas, Naimittika karmas, Kamya karmas, and Nishiddha karmas. Now, what are Nitya karmas? Nitya karmas are daily activities and rituals like snana, sandhya, etc., which according to Mimamsa Darshana are compulsory karmas. If you don't perform these karmas, there will be a fault. Naimittika karmas can be performed occasionally. Like many a times we perform Udaka Shanti, Graha Shanti, Vastu Shanti, Vivaha, etc. So these can be performed occasionally. The third category is Kamya karmas, which includes yajnas, which people used to perform keeping certain desire in the mind, kamana. For example, putra kameshti, for keeping the desire of putra in the mind. Such kamya karmas and nishiddha karmas is the next category. Nishiddha means the prohibited actions which are mentioned in the Vedas. For example, not to speak untruth, etc. Okay. So now they have categorized these karmas. Now, what is moksha according to Mimamsa? Okay. Even though they talk much about the investigation of the Vedic words and investigation of the karma, moksha, according to Mimamsa, can be achieved through karmas only. According to them, performance of nitya and naimittika karma and completely avoiding kamya and nishiddha karma is the way to reach up to final goal. What is the concept of moksha in Mimamsa? Prapancha sambandha vilayaha mokshaha. To break the connection with the prapancha, to get disconnected from this prapancha, that is, to get rid out of the cycle of rebirth and death, is moksha. Now, study of Purusha Mimamsa, which includes a deep study of linguistics and helps us in deriving the proper meanings of the words. These Mimamsa techniques, they are very useful, and especially they are used in understanding the correct meanings associated or which are found in the legal systems. Now let us think about the next darshana, that is Vedanta Darshana. Sorry. So Vedanta Darshana is based on Upanishadic concept of Brahman. According to Advaita Vedanta Darshana, moksha is nothing but to unite with Brahman, the ultimate reality. Now, what is Brahman? Brahman is nothing but yourself only. So, liberation, according to Vedanta Darshan, means just a realization. The whole universe is nothing but the superimposition on this principle called as Brahman. All other objects in the universe are mithya according to them, but they appear to be real because of the ignorance, ajnana, or maya. The path of realization is also explained very well in this system. What are the means of attainment of knowledge then? So they have explained about the sadhana chatushtaya. The path of realization, which includes viveka, vairagya, shama, dhamma, etc. And lastly, the most important is the desire for freedom. Brahman, which is Satchit Ananda Swarupa. So to unite with the Brahman means to get united with that ultimate bliss. That is the concept of moksha. And it can be achieved through this path. There is a need to prepare our mind for the purest knowledge of Brahman. And those are like Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, etc. When we speak about other Vedantas like Vishishta Advaita Vedanta or Shuddha Advaita Vedanta, which is explained by Vallabhacharya or Ramanujacharya, they have added few more paths, you can say, like Bhakti, Prapatti, Pushti, and so on, to reach up to the final goal, moksha. One needs very deep study to understand all these terms and to know them. But there is a definite path which is based on the experience rather than the experiment which is given by the Vedanta Darshana. Theory of Advaita Vedanta can be compared with the quantum physics, where we cannot apply the general or common rules, as the things totally differ at the quantum level and everything depends upon the observer. Thus, Vedanta Darshana speaks about the highest state of spirituality to become Brahman. So, these were the concepts related to moksha and the path to reach up to the moksha according to these main darshanas, Shad darshanas. Hope I have tried it to explain in simple words. Hope you have understood a little and you will be eager to know more about this darshana. That was the purpose of this lecture. Now, I must conclude this lecture with a Vedic prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.